everybody. Welcome to another episode of Piecing It Together. I'm your host, David Rosen. We have got a big movie today. We have got a Steven Spielberg big movie today. But before we get into it, I just wanted to, do the usual beginning of the show spiel. Make sure you are subscribed, make sure you are rating and reviewing the show, make sure you are sharing the show, make sure you're sending us some feedback. You can email me at bydavidrosen@gmail.com, or just leave a review right there on iTunes or wherever. But we want to hear what you are thinking of the show. We want to know if you're liking the format, you're liking the flow of it, you're liking our opinions that we're putting forth on the show, We just want to keep making it better, and we really appreciate any feedback you can give us. So with that said, let's jump into it. After what seems like an eternity, finally, it is the return of Steven Spielberg, the blockbuster filmmaker. Based on the beloved book by Ernest Cline, Ready Player One takes place in a dystopian future where the only thing left to do with your time is plug into a virtual reality game world called the OASIS, in which you can be and do anything you can imagine. Before passing away, creator James Halliday issued a particular challenge that if someone would complete, would grant them control of the entire Oasis. Our hero, Wade Watts, played by Ty Sheridan, sets out to complete this challenge with the help of his friends in both the virtual and real worlds. It's a fast-paced, exciting throwback to the adventure movies of the 80s, which is fitting considering it's the era that James Halliday most loved. The movie feels like a theme park ride featuring hundreds of cameos from pop culture characters dating all the way back to the days of the Atari 2600. It's a fun ride that displays its inspirations right on its sleeve. And while it's been getting really mixed reviews out there, it has been a big hit, which was a little bit surprising. Not everyone thought it would be, but it is doing really great out there. And I, for one, really enjoyed this movie. But you'll hear more about it in this conversation. So we are here doing another episode of Piecing It Together. Today we're talking about Ready Player One, the new Steven Spielberg movie, and with me is my buddy Will. How you doing, Will?
We live, baby.
We live.
I'm good. Hello, everybody. I'm pretty good. I'm next to nobody, but you're gonna learn about me today, I suppose.
That's right, and I'm hoping to actually have you back for the Rampage episode.
Oh, yeah, I'm hoping to be back for that.
Yeah, we're gonna
is near and dear to my heart.
So I thought this would be the perfect one to have you on for the first time because being a big video game and pop culture type movie, just seemed like the perfect fit for it.
It ain't gang related, it's game related. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with that.
Oh man, so this is gonna be an interesting one to talk about because the theme of the show is talking about the inspirations of movies, and this is a movie that is practically nothing but inspirations. It's just beginning to end, and it's based on the book by Ernest Cline, and Steven Spielberg really took the opportunity to throw everything at the screen.
You really couldn't have asked for someone to take the helm any better than Steven Spielberg. I mean, he practically is behind most of the inspirations that inspired the movie, and
right?
the book that inspired the movie.
Right? So, absolutely. This guy was watching Spielberg movies while he was writing it.
Oh, yeah, it's like the big four. You got Spielberg, Zemeckis, Lucas, and Hughes, right? Did I get that right?
Yeah, hell yeah. Those are
to me, that's the big four of 80s, early 90s cinema. As far as Brad Pack, whatnot. As far as movies that we as teenagers grew up watching, that really impacted us. Your Breakfast Clubs, your Pretty in Pinks, your Raiders of the Lost Ark, your Back to the Futures. I guess we could throw on Cameron too for the Terminators, whatnot.
Sure.
Big Five. Then we got a Big Five.
Yeah.
But yeah, all those things inspired Cline, and to have one of the Big Five actually reach back and do this movie that was pretty much inspired by the Big Five. I'm coining that, by the way, the Big Five. It's pretty. If you just try to wrap your head around that for a second, that's pretty huge. And I always was like, how are we going to get all these licensees to play nice on the screen together? Because people are pretty touchy about how their licenses are treated and who they
Sure.
hand them out to and stuff. But I guess if Spielberg shows up asking really nicely to use your license in a movie, you kind of don't say no to that.
Right.
So, kudos to them managing to wrangle Spielberg to do this, because I really can't imagine too many other directors really be able to pull this thing off the way he did.
Yeah, Spielberg wants to do it. He gets to do it. I mean, there was another...
And he needs to do it his way.
Yeah, there was another review I was reading, or maybe I was listening to, I forget, but they were talking about how, like, the whole Shining scene with all the blood, getting that into a PG movie.
Oh, yeah.
All that blood.
Oh, man, the elevators.
Yeah.
Man,
Spielberg, you want to do it? Sure. Sure,
the best part was in the theater. For the record, I never read the book.
I was gonna ask you that. Yeah, no, I never did either.
No, I didn't read the book. And when I found out about the movie and how Spielberg was taking liberties with it, I really didn't want to read the book then. I just wanted to wait and see. But as soon as you saw the little girls, it's just, the elevators, people in the theater was already clapping. Like, they already knew what time it was. H didn't know, but everybody else did.
So we'll definitely be circling back around to all that, but let's jump into this show here. Let's start talking about what movies inspired Ready Player One, and I will go first with the first puzzle piece that I have listed here, which is actually Willy Wonka, or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Ooh, wow,
which
really?
To me, James Halliday is that eccentric creator who built a fantasy world to bring people into, and they're all his guests in this fantasy world. And I can't really think of another movie that is so so clear that is kind of the intention, to have this eccentric billionaire type guy bringing someone into his world. They actually have an opportunity to inherit this world from him. I think there's definitely a lot of Willy Wonka in this.
Willy Wonka. And you know what? What's the name of the actor that played Holiday? Do you know his name offhand?
Man. Yeah.
That guy, I could see him actually taking over for Gene Wilder and Willy Wonka. I could see that guy being Willy Wonka. He could pull it off. I think I'd rather watch him as Willy Wonka than Johnny Depp, to be honest. Like, he just had that quirkiness about him, now that you mentioned it. The first thing I thought about was him standing next to some Oompa Loompas or something, and he could definitely pull that off. I could see that working really well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. And he sure was weird,
Oh, yeah, he was quirky as heck.
Yeah.
Can I cuss?
Oh, yeah, sure.
He was quirky as shit. Man, that dude was quirky. But it worked for him. It worked for the character. He was like this introverted, just super socially awkward. He spoke through his creation kind of thing. He was, quiet on the outside but loud on the inside. And it definitely showed with the OASIS he created.
Yeah. Another thing. And this is more about Halliday, the character specifically. Before we move on to the next one, but a lot of the negative criticisms I've seen being thrown at this film, and for the most part, I think it's been mostly positive, but a lot of the negative ones like to mention about how where are the references to pop culture from, like, after the 2000s, because this takes place, like, I don't know, 60 years in the future.
2045.
Yeah, like what were the big characters in 2045? Why aren't people cosplaying as them, or whatever you want to call it, in the virtual world? But really, that's already been answered, because everybody's obsessed with this Holiday guy. And, like, these are his favorite characters from his generation. Right, and so, exactly. And I think being obsessed with the game in the world of this movie is to be obsessed with the stuff that he loved. Exactly. And I think that answers itself right there. And I think it kind of strikes that off the list of bad things about the movie.
You're exactly right with that. That's what I thought.
Yeah. So with that being said, what do you have for next puzzle piece here?
My puzzle piece, or my first puzzle piece that I'm going to contribute, I got to go with Tron.
Okay.
I'm not talking new Tron. I'm talking OG Tron.
Right.
I'm talking 80s Tron. I'm talking in the same time frame as all of these pop culture references Tron. Just first of all, just getting put into a game like that, where you're running around as your avatar, and your avatar, like the face scan, whatnot, that reminded me of the scene where Bridges got digitized got broken down and
Sure.
sucked into the game by the MCP or whatnot. And it was like the scene when you finally see all the members of the High Five, H Saito, the other guy, and who am I missing? H Saito. Oh, Artemis.
Artemis, yeah.
Right. So you get the high five, but then when you see them in real life, that really took me back to how when you would see like Bruce Boxleitner and what's his name, the guy that played Sark, like when you'd see their real life characters and then you see the contrast with their avatars in Tron, and like when you see Boxleitner, then you see Tron, it's like, oh, he looks just like Bruce Boxleitner, and it's just, those kind of things. When I saw all of them together versus when you see them in the game world, it just gave me a Tron feel, like when you see them all in real life and then you see them all in avatar form. It just really took me back to that place.
Sure. It's funny too, because this isn't really a criticism necessarily, but it's funny because it's about Tron, but it's also about Ready Player One and a lot of other movies that are within the same realm. There's a lot of like neon lights, and that's not really a video game thing. I mean, it kind of is with some like old school stuff, but like I kind of wish it was. Like, it's such a cool look,
Yeah, I think that was almost like a direct riff on Tron.
Yeah,
the influence that Tron had on it, just the whole neon bright lights. Although I guess if you want to compare it to something, you could video gaming. You could maybe do like maybe vector graphics.
Right, like Vectrex, was that the name of the system?
Right, that was the old version. But like there were some arcade games that had vector graphics, like the Star Wars arcade is probably the most notable.
Yeah,
but Tempest. Star Castle.
Speaking of Tempest, I think I read that Tempest is one of the games he had to play in the book version.
Probably.
He had to do some kind of Tempest challenge.
My understanding is the challenges were really rewritten for the movie, and we can go into that a little bit later. But it wouldn't surprise me if Tempest was one of the challenges. Not at all.
For sure. Well, along that line, my next puzzle piece is actually a pretty terrible movie, but I think I think it's an interesting one.
Terrible movies?
I know. It's the Gerard Butler film Gamer.
I did watch that.
Remember that?
I'll own that. I did watch it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously this is 1,000 times better, but people just controlling avatars in a video game world where it's kind of post-apocalyptic, it's the real world has gotten bad and everything like that. I think there's definitely shades of that. I think that movie, whether it inspired the book or not, I think it is kind of a stepping stone from things like Tron to where we are now.
Yeah. I mean, Tron was more or less a fantasy at the time. The internet didn't even exist when Tron came out.
Right.
So now with Gamer, at that point, people did have in-game avatars and gamer tags, and professional esports were already well kicked off. So
sure,
you can definitely see the influence of its time versus Tron in its time.
Oh yeah, and the challenges are an extension of esports. So yeah, that kind of does go hand in hand with that.
When you mean the challenges in
the game, in the movie?
No.
Well, maybe not all of them. Yeah, I was thinking more of the race, but
now challenges. The actual challenges in the movies are probably more akin to single player games.
Sure.
But the way they went about completing the challenges, like a race, okay, that could be esportsy. Not so much though.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think we're gonna hit something else where we'll be able to touch more on as far as what the challenges are more akin to, I think.
Plus, I should mention that I don't play online games, so,
wow, so
I'm a total.
Yeah. So what is he even talking about?
What am I talking about? I don't know anything. That's why I brought Will here.
This guy, forget about it. What's going on around here? What kind of outfit is this?
So, what is your next puzzle piece?
I gotta go with. I'm going with The Last Starfighter.
Okay.
One of my personal faves. I'm not. I think it was more of a critical reception than a popular, profitable reception, but I love The Last Starfighter. And the way I feel that it kind of is a piece that plugs into player one. It's just the whole having to literally save the world, so to speak, via a video game. Being good at the game is what got him in a position to save indirectly his world, because the danger would eventually got to his planet, but to save the alien guy that came to get him, I forget his name, I'm sorry.
Oh, so good.
But yeah, it by helping him save his world, he saved the whole universe, including his world. So
sure.
Well,
I'm going to lose a little bit of my nerd cred here.
Don't say you've never seen The Last Starfighter. I'm going to get up and leave. What you mean, bro? What you mean? No, don't say it.
Yeah, I never saw The Last Starfighter.
I told you not to say it, man. I got the Blu-ray. I'm gonna fix this, folks. I'm gonna let them borrow if I'd have known that, I'd have brought it with me today. I'm so salty now. I could have brought that. I'd have been nothing to throw in the car.
Yeah, I need to see. There's a chance. There's a lot of like classics that I saw back in high school.
You've watched that you've never seen. The cinema masterpiece that is The Last Starfighter.
I know.
Bruh.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's beyond crazy. That's unforgivable almost, man. Wow. There's a Blu-ray now.
Oh man, yeah. I'm promising right here on the air. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure it happens. Y'all don't worry about this. I got this.
Oh man. So my next two I'm actually going to do together because I think they kind of go hand in hand with similar themes. And that would be The Matrix and Avatar, which are very different movies, but they both deal with going into another world. They both deal with, actually what you were just saying with The Last Starfighter, with, saving your world by saving, the other world as well. Taking over another character, basically.
Yeah, they both do involve basically like full immersion where you're in this kit, whereas The Matrix, you're getting this thing put in your neck, but you're being inserted into the quote unquote game world.
Yeah.
Or the real world.
Right, a real world.
In The Matrix, it's the real world.
Yeah, it's the other way around. Right?
Yeah. With Avatar, you're getting put into basically a clone, so you're coming out of the real world and getting put back into the real world as a whole nother species. So that's kind of meta in itself. That's a whole lot going on right there. That's a lot for me.
Sure, yeah, but yeah, these are both movies though where they're also another thing, not just what's happening, but these are movies that are big major adventures. And that's one thing. There's not really, because everything is superhero movies lately, there's not really adventure in a lot of these movies. And both of those I would consider adventures. And that's what I definitely would consider Ready Player One to be, especially a classic Spielberg adventure is what it mostly is, Yeah. What do you have for your next one?
I'm gonna go with the Goonies.
Goonies, all right.
Goonies, that's the all-time classic. I hope you've seen the Goonies.
Oh, yes, I've seen the Goonies.
Just check it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
It's been a while, but I have seen the Goonies many times, yeah.
Goonies. Didn't Spielberg do the Goonies?
I think he produced it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, the way I feel the Goonies plugs into it is just the whole... like with the challenges, the whole clue to the next challenge, the whole key to the next clue to the next key to the next clue. The Goonies was just a big, long, okay, we got this clue. We got to figure out this clue. Okay, we figured out this clue, which presented another clue. So now we got this other clue. So now we got to figure out this clue. Okay, got some bad guys. We got to lose them. Okay, back to this clue. And that's kind of, to me, about the same pacing as Ready Player One. Once you got the first clue, you got the first key, and you got another clue, then the pacing of the movie is driven by people racing with, because in the Goonies, both the bad guys and the kids were racing to find this treasure.
Sure.
And in Ready Player One, it's the exact same vehicle used to pace it, as far as, bad guys and good guys both wanting the same thing at the end. So they're both trying to figure out how to outwit each other along the way with these clues and challenges to get to the ultimate goal. And to me, I feel that's I mean, it's classic Goonies.
Yeah.
That aspect of it is classic Goonies, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think that's what I like most about the movie too. Like there's so much made out of the you know, the references to pop culture and all that. There's so much made out of the whole virtual reality world. But when it comes down to it, this is just a classic adventure. And there's just not that many of them anymore. And for it to not only pull it off well, but to just be super exciting, I kind of think, from beginning to end, you know, which has that classic feel.
Yeah, I really got into it. I definitely, I mean, I need to see it again. I need to see it 2 or 3 times just to catch everything. It's a lot to wrap your head around. I mean, I caught a pretty good amount of it, but I'm sure there's a lot of Easter eggs
Yeah.
that are just scattered all about that movie that you almost probably got to freeze frame some of it to catch. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm really looking forward to that. I had like a warm fuzzy the whole time.
I obviously haven't read the book either, but at the end, for some stupid reason running around in my head, I thought it was going to be, especially with Spielberg, I thought like the thing they had to do was going to be the ET game where you can't win, you know?
Oh, you know what? Honestly, my gut was like, it's going to be adventure. It had to be because it was the first Easter egg.
Right.
Like, I mean, and for never having read the book, I was kind of proud of myself for knowing that little bit of
That's
thing.
awesome,
What was his name? Robino or Walter Bobino, whatever the programmer's name. I mean, that I definitely knew about that because
no, that's a good catch for sure to be able to guess that, because it is funny because as soon as they said it, I was like, oh my god, yeah, like I should have known that, you know?
Yeah, I knew it straight off. I was like, with all this talk about Easter egg and whatnot, there's only one game it could be, and so it was more of a validation than a surprise for me when it did turn out to be adventure. I was like, yeah, I knew that. You know, I'm helping my girlfriend. I'm like, yeah, see, told you.
Told you. All right. Well, you know what? Again, I'm gonna do 2 more together because again, they're ones that I think have similar themes. One of them, I'll say this one first, isn't technically a movie, although it was re-released as a movie.
What?
It is.
What is this tomfoolery you got to pull out of your hat, man?
Well, technically, there's no rule that says it has to be a movie. So on this show, so
okay, all right.
But no.
All right, Holiday. No rules, yes.
It is the 3-part South Park Imagination Land episode.
Wow.
You ever see that?
I have not.
Yeah, no. They ended up re-releasing it as a DVD that was like a full-length movie where they stitched it together. So
Really?
it was technically like a movie.
I guess so.
It's basically the second South Park movie, and what it is just references after references. Like every character from the 80s and 90s were all in it. Yeah,
man, I want to see that.
It's pretty fun. Honestly, like I probably should have refreshed my memory before this show, but I don't even remember what the plot was. I just remember it was just nonstop like video game and pop culture references.
You say that because everything I've heard about the book is that it's just a reference nostalgia of smorgasbord buffet. Like it's like a buffet of like cotton candy. It's like it's sweet and you like it, but it's not very filling or fulfilling, and then eventually gives you a toothache. So I think it's fitting that you don't remember the plot of South Park movie because from what I understand, the way the book reads is less about the plot and more about just reference on top of reference. Like don't worry about the plot. Look, we got a Gundam fighting Mechagodzilla over here. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of feel from what I heard. And well, I don't know. I'm a tangent a little bit, but
that's fine.
But what I understand as far as the book versus the movie, being that Spielberg understands cinema as well as he does, he's fucking Spielberg, right? So he took the book and made the movie. I know he rewrote the challenge and stuff, but he made the crux of the movie based more about Holiday as a person. I heard that the book was really just reference after reference, pop culture after pop culture, is just overkill, just on top of. It's just brain meltingly. Whereas Spielberg focused the challenges. Sure, I mean he's brilliant for this. If what I heard about it is true, because he managed to take the movie's still totally based about rooted in 80s and 90s pop culture references in the way the Oasis is presented. But the root of the movie and the clues to solving the challenges was rooted in Holiday's social awkwardness and his inability to tell this woman that he loved her,
right?
And even to kiss her, and he didn't even like take her dancing. He made her watch The Shining, for Christ's sake. And I mean, just for Spielberg to have the cinema sense to look at the book and say, oh, this is a bunch of vapid stuff. Okay, but I can take this and that, but it's gonna need this, and to add that heart to it, to give it that gravitas, to really just give it. It gave it. The book didn't have like a soul to it. This movie has a soul to it,
right?
Because although, okay, yeah, they end up in a Shining movie, okay, and they end up having to play adventure, okay, but it's how they got to figure out that's what they needed to do next. Whereas that part of the book, what I understand, was just some more 80s and 90s pop culture stuff on top of pop culture stuff.
Yeah.
That it took who Holiday was as a person and made you have to learn who he was as a person to figure out like what made him tick, what he felt his greatest failures were, what he had regrets about, what he couldn't do anything about now that he's dead. That's huge, man.
Sure.
Hats off to Spielberg for that, man. That's just, I mean, it from what he had to work with the source material to what he turned in as a motion picture, having, added that component to it that was, I understand, was sorely lacking from the book. Man, that's Spielberg, man.
Sure.
That's genius.
Yeah, it's good to see him back doing something like this. I mean, next up I think is Indiana Jones 5 and
Indiana Jones 5?
Yeah, no, that's happening.
Is Harrison in it?
Yeah, he said straight up, it's the last time I'm doing it. And Spielberg, the last one was so bad, but it did have
the mea culpa.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could pull it off. I think
if anyone can pull off Spielberg,
sure. I mean, yeah, this proved that he's still got it.
Shia LaBeouf was gonna be a bad bet at the time. I mean, there's some things you can't fault the man for. There's some things you just can't see coming sometimes, man.
Oh man. So the other one I was going to mention along with Imagination Land, it goes right along with everything we were just saying, but Wreck-It Ralph, which is another tons of classic characters, just, squeeze them all in and like, holy shit, look who they included.
Yeah, you're right. As far as video game licenses and spectacle goes, it's hard to beat. It's hard to top Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of the same feel with that, all the cross licensees and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You got Zangief and Mario in the same scene. That's kind of surreal.
Yeah, and also I was gonna say that's my two biggest omissions as far as like pop culture things are concerned. One of them is I don't think there was any Nintendo. Am I correct? But there was in Wreck-It Ralph. But
what in Ready Player One?
Yeah. I don't remember seeing any. I mean, there could have been squeezed in, one of the war scenes. But
you know what? I have to rewatch it again, but I wouldn't be surprised. Nintendo's pretty tight.
Yeah.
Pretty tight with their properties. I didn't see any magic mushrooms. Didn't see any one-up mushrooms.
Right.
You'd think maybe coins.
Yeah.
But that's reaching.
Yeah, it's an arcade thing.
That wasn't like a Nintendo. It didn't even make the Nintendo sound. They could at least did that. Had the Nintendo sound when you get the coins. That would have been great.
Or a warp pipe or something. That would have been cool. Right?
You might be right about that. I have to do some reading or watch it again. I can't recall.
That and my other big omission, and this one's a little bit of a reach because I can't imagine they would have done this in the first place, but when they had to recite a magical line. Now, I don't know some kind of magic spell or whatever. I don't know if the one that they did was some kind of reference to any movie or anything. I'm not sure if I missed that, but I was sitting in my seat just going, please be Klaatu Veratu Nikto from Army of Darkness.
I wanted to be Brownar Week Brown Ninny Bomb from Transformers the movie.
Oh my God.
That's what I wanted to hear. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Dare to be stupid, junkyard.
And that's why Will is on this show today.
Yeah, y'all know about the Brownar Week Brown Ninny Bomb. Y'all don't know about that.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
oh
me,
man.
Grimlock loves cup stories.
Oh man.
Where the ninny bombs at?
Do you have any other puzzle pieces?
Not offhand, no.
All right.
No, but did you pick up on any like references or things in there that they kind of played with that kind of made you go, oh, that's cool? Like for me, one of the ones that got me was I love the Zemeckis cube.
Yes.
Because, you know, it rewound time for 60 seconds. And of course, Zemeckis made Back to the Future. And he's riding around in the DeLorean. You know, I just thought that when he did the Zemeckis cube and it started rewound time back, that really beautiful. That did something for me.
Yeah.
That worked for me.
I just picture Zemeckis like going up to Spielberg and just shaking his hand, being like,
that was a nice
thanks,
nod.
buddy.
That was a real nice nod. The Zemeckis cube. And it was actually Rubik's cube. So it was like you got a twofer.
Yeah.
And then it rewound time. It's just it was really well thought out. Did you see anything like that made you kind of go like, oh yeah, that was a nice use of that?
I mean, you know, just off the top of my head, and this one's a pretty obvious one, but for me personally, because you know I love King Kong, by having King Kong during that
real
race,
King Kong, like Peter Jackson's King Kong looked like.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Exact same character model. I think. Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot too.
Yeah. That was absolutely beautiful to get. Even if it's just 10 more minutes of King Kong. That makes me happy.
You know what got me geeked was when what is it, Saito, I think it was, or the other guy, he turned into that Gundam.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got a warm fuzzy just saying it. That got me so
People were
hyped.
applauding in my theater.
Oh, man, that was so dope to see a Gundam flying around for 2 minutes. It's like, you know, it was funny because I remember early on in the movie when he was like, I got this glove, let you turn to any robot you want for 2 minutes or whatever. So when they were coming into the final showdown and he was just kind of sitting in the van, like meditating or sitting there or whatever, I was already like, oh, he finna use that glove. He only got 2 minutes. But I didn't know what he was going to be, but I was kind of hoping for Optimus Prime. I was kind of hoping it was going to be Optimus Prime. Oh, I would have lost my shit. But still, that Gundam, didn't see that one coming. That was dope. I really enjoyed that. That was hot. And then they did the classic Gundam pose where he struck the pose and had a little light flash on him. I was like, oh, y'all did your homework. Yeah, this is real good. I played Gundam Versus, y'all. Check me out. Noximus on PSN, bruh. Holla at me and put these lasers in your head.
I'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Come catch this weaponry.
Oh man, I'm just gonna mention just two more quick ones here, and these are just strictly visually speaking. The Real World reminded me quite a bit of District 9.
Yes.
Yeah, like the stacks and all that.
Even like Chappie.
Well, honestly, that same director, like everything he's done, really.
Yeah, I guess Blomkamp, whatever his name is, Neil.
Yeah,
that's fair.
So the Real World reminded me of that. The Virtual World reminded me a lot of Valerian from last year. So
that's pretty good. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, as far as spectacle goes,
right, exactly. Yeah, Valerian with a lot more substance.
Yeah, Valerian was all spectacle. Yeah. I mean, I was really expecting the heir apparent to don't tell me. Oh God, now I'm spacing. It's my movie though with Bruce Willis and with Chris Tucker and why am I drawing a blank? This is my movie. Okay, tell me the name of the movie.
Fifth Element.
Yes, Fifth Element. Thank you. I was really hoping this was gonna be like a return to form, something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think it was a little unfairly overjudged, Valerian, but it's not great. You know?
Well, I mean, when you're following the Fifth Element and you're getting all this hype, like Lucas sitting there talking about how special effects have finally caught up, so I can really make my vision the way I wanted to make it. And it's like, yes, this is what the Fifth Element was supposed to be, and then it's not. It's not even like the Third Element. It's like what is this? It's pretty.
Yeah,
it's very pretty, but
sure is. So I think that brings us to the finished puzzle. So the list of movies are Tron, The Matrix, Willy Wonka, Gamer, Avatar, The Last Starfighter, Goonies, Wreck-It Ralph, South Park Imagination Land, District 9, and Valerian. I think that covers them all.
I think so.
I didn't leave any out. Yeah, I think that's it.
I did like the Iron Giant nod to T2. When the dude was I'm trying to remember
first of
all, what's the dude's name that had the skull chest? Do you remember?
Yeah, I don't remember what the character name is. T.J. Miller played him.
Okay, well anyway, when he was shooting at the Iron Giant's Knuckles, it looked like he was using a gun from that Grasshopper game. It was something about the Damned. The gun looked just like the gun he has in that game. But anyway,
shit, I forget.
I beat that game too. I just can't remember the name. The gun talks, by the way. It's a smart ass gun. But I beat the hell out of that game. But when he blew away the Iron Giant and he fell into the fire, he put the thumbs up.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
I forgot all about it.
How do you mean you forgot?
No, I forgot about it.
We're finished here. We're done. I'm putting my headphones on. What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? What you mean?
I forgot about that scene.
How?
That was great too.
Was like
no, I remembered it during it. I just forgot it right now that it happened during Ready Player One.
Man, are you kidding?
I was so happy when that happened during the movie.
Stay with you, man.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Man, stop saying that.
Too many references all in one. I gotta keep track.
Oh man,
I gotta bring a notebook to the movies
man,
next time.
That was everything. That was everything. I was like, oh my god. Like as soon as I saw it falling back into the fire, I was like, don't do it. Don't do it. And then he did it. I was like, oh yes, yes, that was worth it.
So with that, we wrap it up by how'd you like the movie? I could tell that you liked it. I liked it as well.
I enjoyed it a lot. Like I said, from what I heard as far as he made to the changes to the movie versus the book, I probably wouldn't even got through the book, to be honest.
Right.
But the movie, I definitely plan on seeing at least a couple more times, just so I can try to catch everything. It's so dense. It's just so dense, chock full of all of those cross-referencing references. And
did you see it in 3D?
Nah.
I'm not a big 3D guy, but it seems like it would be a fun one.
I think it probably work pretty well in 3D. I might make an exception and go check it out in 3D.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to sit through it a few more times just to scour the screen for maybe a part of the screen I wasn't looking at because I was focused on the plot or whatever at the time. There's probably something laying on the ground over here. It's like, oh my God, that's from this one obscure ass movie in the 80s that I seen like one time at my friend's house on the VHS when I had to sleep over, whatever, probably on Betamax. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna go back just to try to catch everything.
I wouldn't doubt that there's stuff in the Earth, like the real life scenes too.
Oh yeah.
Just to throw you off.
I bet. Yeah, it's something you don't even think about. I gotta look for that now too.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I like this movie a lot too. I think anything that could be nitpicked about it is just nitpicking. I mean, it's just a fun movie.
Also, I knew H was a girl way before they revealed it.
Oh yeah.
I could tell by the mannerisms.
Yeah.
I could tell by like when he at the time was telling when he got into the Buckaroo Banzai suit, trying to tell him like, he might be a 300-pound dude they chuck in the basement, whatever, and then he put the hand on the shoulder. I was like, oh my God, that's a chick. That's like she's projecting. That's the chick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when I wasn't surprised. I told my girl the whole time. She was like, "You're right." I said, "I know I'm right. I'm always right. What you mean? Why are you surprised for?" You gonna learn today. You learn every day. Why? That's not a surprise either.
Wow. Well, yeah, this was great. Will, thank you for being here. You got anything coming up? You're doing anything you want to plug or anything like that?
Not really. Really, no. I'm kind of just working and working out, man.
Just working on that.
That's it. All right. I ain't got nothing going on. If you want to know some claims of fame, whatever, you might know this, might care, might not. But I pioneered the Wii memory hack when they had the arbitrary limit of 2 gigs on the Wii. I figured out how to space it out to 4 gigs. I went viral for that. Just look under Noximus a Wii workaround. You'll see my little contribution to the gamer geekdom there.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I guess I'm in like Chinese blogs for that one, man. Like, I mean, they're dated like 2006, 2007, but I left my mark. I did my part for the community. You know what I'm saying? To never forget. Hashtag never forget, man. You know what I'm saying? I did my thing.
Oh,
some of y'all out there was rocking 4 gig memory cards thanks to me.
I told you you'd be the perfect co-host for this episode.
That's right.
All right. Oh man, thanks for being here.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, that was a really fun conversation about a really fun movie. Thank you, Will Hines, for joining me on that one. And also, Will actually called me the next day to tell me that we forgot a really important puzzle piece. The movie that we forgot is Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And he's absolutely right. That, with all the video game references and, all that pop culture that was in that movie, definitely there is some of that in Ready Player One, and that is a really, really great point that we missed that one, Will. And also, I'm really sorry that I didn't see The Last Starfighter. I'm going to make that happen soon, I promise. So anyway, thank you all for listening. Make sure, if you haven't yet, to subscribe to this show. Leave us a review, rate us, share it with your friends, and send us some feedback. We want to know how you're enjoying the show. I want to know how you liked our conversation. I'm going to be having Will back again soon to discuss the new movie Rampage. And I got a lot of other great episodes coming up, some with some of the people you've heard before on the show. I still have some other friends that I'm hoping to get on the show as co-hosts soon. So, yeah, we got a lot of great content coming soon. And thank you again for listening. We really hope you enjoyed it. And as usual, I'm going to end the show with a piece of my music. And it's a good one, I think. It's one of my older tracks, even though we're now promoting the new album, A Different Kind of Dream. But I just thought this one would be an appropriate one for this show. Thanks for listening.